Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, so today we're diving into the seemingly simple fable about Crocky the Croc. Now, right off the bat, what we're looking at might just seem like a quick, cute children's tale about some talking animals. But as we break down the source material today, we are going to uncover some surprisingly deep, universal lessons about miscommunication, self-awareness, and conflict resolution. Honestly, it's just a fantastic lens through which to view our own daily interactions.
So, let me ask you something. Have you ever been completely misunderstood? We've all had those incredibly frustrating moments, right? Where our totally pure, benign intentions simply didn't match up with how we were perceived by the people around us. You meant well, but the other person reacted with defense or even fear. Well, today we're going to explore how that fundamental, super relatable human experience is perfectly mirrored in this short story of a crocodile taking a casual walk into town.
The source text gives us what I like to call the mystery of Crocky the Croc. This extremely brief narrative about a crocodile deciding to just walk slowly into a town actually serves as a brilliant masterclass in self-awareness. It takes a situation that seems, frankly, entirely absurd, a giant, dangerous reptile strolling down the local street, and uses it to perfectly illustrate the absolute blind spots we all have when evaluating our own behavior.
Let's start with Section 1, the innocent town walk, and just set the scene.
To analyze this encounter, we really need to map out the exact sequence of the confrontation. It starts simply enough. The croc enters the town. He decides he's just going to go around and take a walk. But immediately, panic ensues. The source tells us people are literally running away and shouting for their mommy. Then, just before things get totally out of hand, a big dog steps in. This stops the panic from escalating into pure chaos, and finally, a productive dialogue begins. This rapid escalation from a seemingly innocent action to total panic is exactly how real-world miscommunications spiral out of control before we even realize what's happening.
Moving right along to Section 2, Perception versus True Intent. This is where we hit that psychological gap.
And this contrast brilliantly illustrates the core conflict of our story. Think about Crocky's internal monologue for a second. He explicitly states that he did nothing to them. In fact, he really emphasizes that he's walking slowly, because in his mind, slow walking equals peace. It means he's harmless. But then look at the townspeople's external reaction. They are running away. They are screaming. The physical reality of a giant crocodile completely overwrites the peaceful intention of his slow walk.
This quote right here from the text really captures the essence of the problem. Why are they scared of me? I've done nothing wrong. Crocky's innocent, naive confusion is completely genuine. He legitimately does not understand why everyone is running away. And honestly, this beautifully highlights how incredibly blind we can be to our own external impact. We constantly judge ourselves by our inner intentions, telling ourselves, hey, I've done nothing wrong, while everyone else around us is judging us by our impact and our outward appearance.
Which brings us to Section 3. Enter the Rottweiler, the town's defender.
Before Crocky can even say another word, a massive Rottweiler arrives on the scene. He is the appointed defender of the people, sent out because, well, they're terrified. But functionally, within the context of our communication breakdown, the Rottweiler acts as the essential mediator. He's a communicator who bridges the gap in understanding between two opposing parties. He steps directly into the tension, asking Crocky what he is doing to investigate why he's scaring everybody. Notice that he doesn't just attack, he initiates a conversation. All right, Section 4, Facing the Sharp Truth. This is the intervention. I absolutely love this breakdown because the dog authoritatively handles the situation using what is a flawless, three-step mediation strategy. Step 1, he states the people's fear crystal clear. You're scaring everybody. Step 2, when Crocky denies doing anything wrong, the Rottweiler doesn't argue about Crocky's inner feelings. Instead, he points out undeniable physical evidence. And finally, Step 3, he explains the logical conclusion of that evidence, connecting the dots that Crocky couldn't see himself. He essentially walks Crocky through the cold, hard facts of how an apex predator is perceived by vulnerable people. This is the turning point right here. You've got very sharp teeth and you've got a very big mouth. The Rottweiler spells out that with a mouth that can swallow or bite them in one go, people naturally assume he's looking for something to eat. So the crucial takeaway is that Crocky's physical reality completely overrides his peaceful intentions. The Rottweiler makes him realize that he can't just get away with it and expect people not to be frightened. The visual threat of those sharp teeth is just way too loud for anyone to notice his slow, peaceful walk. And that leads us to Section 5, a peaceful resolution and the ultimate compromise.
The Rottweiler's blunt, honest intervention forces Crocky to confront what we call the perception gap.
Now, this is the disconnect between a person's benign intentions and the threatening way their physical presence is interpreted by others. Faced with the undeniable facts about his sharp teeth and big mouth, Croci suddenly gets it. He grasps this perception gap. He realizes that simply meaning well isn't enough when people reasonably believe you are going to eat them.
So what does he do? Well, instead of getting defensive or angry about being misjudged, Croci focuses on his desired reality. He displays incredible self-awareness. He says he's so sorry. He doesn't want people to be scared. He wants them to come watch him, to wave and say, "Hi, Croci the Croc," and to actually be happy to see a crocodile that doesn't bite. To achieve this true goal of being safely liked, he makes a massive compromise. Actually, scratch that, it's a brilliant adjustment. He commits to returning permanently to the water, changing his environment rather than demanding the townspeople suppress their natural survival instincts.
Once that incredible breakthrough happens, the tension instantly dissolves. The Rottweiler responds with this fantastic, relieving line, "It's okay, you can go home now and enjoy yourself." The dog validates Croci's newly found self-awareness, ending the conflict with an authoritative but entirely peaceful dismissal. The miscommunication is solved not by fundamentally changing who Croci is. I mean, he still has sharp teeth, right? But by changing where he operates, so that both he and the townspeople can feel safe and happy.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a final provocative thought. When misunderstood, are you willing to change your environment to help others see the real you? Croci realized that walking on land, he was perceived as a monster, but back in the water, he was a marvel that people could happily greet and watch. Sometimes fixing a miscommunication isn't about arguing your intentions louder and louder. It's about shifting your context. I hope Croci's journey challenges you to think about how your own presence translates in different environments. Thanks so much for joining me today, and keep analyzing the world around you.